Hi everyone, this is Feb 6th. A good week, I would say. A very good week, in fact. BTC is on the rise, it's recovering as we speak, and we'll look into BTC shortly. We'll continue with all the active list, starting from the Aave in alphabetical order, and go through different coins and maybe some other aspects, anything that comes in mind. Any question you have, I think we can talk about that as well. Any topic you would like to discuss, I think we can bring that in as well, because I think this weekly session should be different every time, in my opinion, where we end up discussing something new, something interesting, right? And maybe you have something to share, and I would like to hear that as well. And anything cool, anything interesting, so that will be, I think, encouraged. So if you know something very interesting, I would like to hear, and I'm sure everybody would like to hear. So we should do that as well. It should not be just one-way street, right? I speak and you listen. I think it can be interactive, in my opinion. So first up, but since we are recording this, it should be short, limited. So we will go through that one, and then we can discuss other topics, right? So let's do that. I have to talk about swing trading as well, which I'll cover later. This time I'm not going to mix up other topic. I'm just going to go through, so the file size can be shorter, so anyone who want to review later or visit later can have a quick pass through. So I think I'll stick to the theme, and then talk about different topics. Okay, starting with Aave daily. If you look at, so last time what we have done is, for some of the coins, for explanation, we added some shapes or patterns, right, or design pattern. For example, this is a descending channel. Okay, so we added that one. I think we can change the weekly, and then yeah. So this some coins are having descending channels, some coins are having horizontal channel, some coins are having ascending triangle, some coins have this, some symmetrical triangle, and so on. So various flavors. Okay, rectangular pattern we have seen in some cases where there are two parallel lines. So various flavors, and those flavors or setup indicates different strength of a coin, not necessarily about the future, but about the past. And whatever happened in past, not necessarily repeats. For example, Aave has been going down since last year, so last 12 months the trend is down. It doesn't so anyone who was expecting Aave got nothing, where some of the coins went up significantly. So this is the time which I mentioned last time, that it's different than previous bear cycle. Bear cycle is, or bear phase is not for each and every coin. That's what I observed. Some of the coins actually had 70-80% correction. Now there is no formal definition what is called bear market, but usually in my own definition, if a coin drops below 50% of their all-time high, I think we can say, and especially when it is for several months, like 10 months, 12 months, then I believe that's a bear cycle, because we cannot say it's corrected. We cannot say it's just correction for some time. It's a significant amount of downside move, and we can say in that case. So from that point of view, Aave is in bear market or bear cycle for sure. 12 months of descending move is nothing but bear move. Now, so what is happening, as I said, it's not the same for each and every coin. So now the interesting part is, in coming days, is we cannot say this is a bear phase for whole entire crypto market. some coins yes, some coins not. Some coins would be moving sideways, and we are going to see that. So some coins maintain the position, move sideways. For an example, Bitcoin. For an example, Bitcoin is at the level same as last February, approximately like 40K, and so it's more like flat or sideways move, where Aave is descending. Some of the coins like Luna or FTM made new all-time high. There are many other, but new all-time high. So we have different coins with different behavior. So the crux is not each and every coin has gone through or going through bear cycle, and that is very interesting and very different than previous time, because the last time in 2018 none of the coin was able to make new all-time high when BTC was going down. So this is very interesting. So here in this case BTC went down by 55% when it touched 29K, and many other coin also like more than that. And then again some of the coins made new low and so on, right? But not all coins move down, or they in fact made new all-time high, which never happened in past. So what I am seeing is the changing trend, the way the crypto market is behaving. Still that those numbers of coins are very small, but still it's an indication that some kind of divergence is happening, and that's very good, because then we can expect coins to behave like stocks, because that's the true identification in my opinion. Because if each and every coin goes down with BTC, that's boring. I mean, then there is no identity, because each and every coin has its own, should have its own identity. And why not? Because they are different projects. Why it is to be dependent on BTC? It doesn't make any sense. There are different use cases, different projects, different investor, different goals. So why it has to be dependent on BTC? It is BTC is not an in charge of crypto market. Yeah, it's a first coin, so that's why it's, and it gave everything. But it doesn't mean so everybody can be thankful, but we cannot say that if BTC goes down everybody should go down. It doesn't make sense. So I think this is a beginning of decoupling or divergence from BTC, and it will take some months or maybe a few years to get a state where these coins, not each and every coin of course, but the coin which has good prospect, good use case, and mainly usability will have its own identity, and that will be the true independence and true value in my opinion, because then it will be driven out of fundamentals, not BTC or any other speculative aspect. So I think so that's something I wanted to emphasize, and that's why if BTC goes down, we should not assume that everything will go down in coming days. That's the point. Okay, with that note, let's continue. So the Aave is in bear market, and now it is trying to recover, right? So this is a good week for Aave. It has to climb up. Now previous resistance or support, you can use this video. I don't have to spend a lot of time. I think we can have quick pass through. We don't have to spend each equal amount of time for each and every coin. Now I have updated required level. There is a short video I posted under the active list channel, so you can refer that. It's I think few minutes of video, very quick, and that will give you the idea, and also you will see here. Now the required level, just for clarification, it's not that there is no opportunity unless coin hits the required level. So that's a quick clarification. Required level is a level which is needed for trend reversal, okay, for new all-time high. If a coin is moving sideways, or if coin is going down, what is the level where you can say now it will not go down probabilistically, not from a surety point of view or certainty point of view, but probability point of view, that once it maintains the required level, there is very low probability that it will go down again. That means it wants to make new all-time high. Okay, so that's the understanding and my own definition, that is required level. So required level for trend reversal or new all-time high. Okay, so I don't have to mention, it's in the video. So anywhere you see green level or with a green label, that's our basically required level. The label matters. And what does it mean? That means it also means that the bounce could be up to required level, and that bounce could be significant bounce for some of the coins. The coins which are beaten up badly, the required level would be higher compared to some coin which are very close to required level. We'll see that. So there are different ways you can interpret. One is you can say at least it could try to achieve required level. That's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is so yeah, I think that's important, because if you're thinking that unless and until it achieves the required level, it's not good, that's not what I mean. Okay, it means that it can go near a required level, but that would not be good enough. It has to break above and stay above, right? So that's a requirement. Okay, it doesn't mean that you wait and do nothing unless it reaches that level. Okay. So I think this is Aave is still under the channel. Within the channel, it has to do much more than this. Aave, if you look at Aave, so Aave has a different pattern. So this is the down. You can draw this line like this. Okay. It's more like a triangle. It's not a descending. If you draw from here, but it's a little crooked one. It's I don't have even definition of this, but it's more like very, very different, something like this. But it's a boat shape, like I don't know, you can be creative here, or maybe some bird's head. This is a beak. Anyway, that's for fun. But the point is, the ADA has to be here. At least it has to. So you can say all these are resistance, and then this is the required level. But this is a huge consolidation. Whether consolidation is happening in ascending way or sideways or descending, to me it's good for future. If it starts going up from here on, it's positive. It's gathering energy. So algo, if you look at algo, it's totally different flavor. Okay, it's more like it is something similar to Bitcoin, where let's say this is 29K from a support point of view, but it's different from its high. So high, it made new all-time high, where the Bitcoin is, let's say, 64K. Algo made new all-time high. But from a support point of view, if this was 29K, this is like 33K. So that way the support is comparable in terms of behavior, that Bitcoin made a similar low after all-time high. Difference is this algo made new high, but the drawdown was greater. So that's what happens. Sometime you see some new level, but then the correction could be much more than Bitcoin. In terms of percentage, if you measure, this percentage would be 70%, where the Bitcoin didn't correct 70%. So sometime in a long run, you will see that who is the true winner. Another aspect which I don't want to bring in, but sometime some new topic comes in my mind, I want to stick to the theme, but I don't know which format is right. I mean, you can suggest me, because sometimes I think about some topic and then Should I continue with the analysis, or I can mix up? Is is my internet unstable? Oh,
I'm not sure it's me. I was just
No,
asking.
no, it was in and out for me too, Schwartzy. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
in
You can hear you fine, but you're jumpy.
oh,
That's
still.
all, yeah. It seems
A
better.
little bit.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, but message me, interrupt me if you don't. I mean, if it is interrupted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're cutting out me here. You kind of come
Cutting out?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let me do something. Let's continue. Yeah, so drawdown for algo was much higher. So the net effect is, I mean, this is something interesting, that what you could do is, one way to see is, this was the low. Let's say March 2020 is our benchmark support, right? And then you can say, okay, what was the all-time high? So algo was 2600% higher, and still it's 906. This will give you some idea that historically how it performed, not necessarily what happened in past, it happens in future, but it gives you the idea that relatively speaking, who had the strength. And if you see in a short term that the strength is maintained, then probably they'll do well as well. So I'm going to keep algo and some of the coin, even they are not star coins in terms of percentage gain. But yeah, there are different reasons for keeping these coins, right? But this is one of the ways you can measure. If you measure FTM, for example, or Solana, then you will see different numbers and so on. Okay, Alice is a new coin. Nice bounce. This is a good consolidation, very positive consolidation, right? High, low, high, high, and then higher. So basically, this is higher, low. So you could this is nice, very positive consolidation in my opinion. Okay, so this is the required level is coming near this level. If you connect this one, this is below, which is fine. If so, basically if it reaches this level, then we can expect it to fly high. Looking good. Trend lines are tricky, that's why I don't rely much on trend line. It just gives you some idea for sure, but not so reliable. Okay, atom retain value very well, I believe. So if you consider Bitcoin at 29k here, right, middle of last year, so what you see here is it made new all-time high, atom, and nowhere near this level. So if you compare with algo, for an example, you can compare that, okay, new all-time high, yes, but look at the drawdown. That means the retention of value was not much. This aspect is very important in my opinion. One point is, when you hold for a longer time, what you would like to see is retention of value. So when we go through, focus on that aspect, that when the correction happened, in terms of percentage, how much correction was there in terms of percentage. It's not about 1 day, 2 day, 1 week of move. I'm talking about the phase, right? The whole entire, so in this case, the whole entire phase, this particular wave. Look for the, so we measure the algo corrected by 70%, right? And if you measure atom, then you see this is all-time high, right? So from all-time high, if you look at this bottom, which is 42%, right? So huge difference. And another way to see is, this is low, this is higher low, and this is still higher low. Means it is making progress in ascending manner. So this is stronger than many other coins. So when there are different ways to look at it. I'm throwing some ideas. This is TS stuff, right? So this is weekly analysis, but I always add something. AVAX is strong. It's very close to required level, right? And it didn't lose much in terms of value. It retested this S3 was a retest of this high. If you look at the March, May, February last year, right? The first quarter, second quarter, so Q1, Q2 last year, it retested this level. If you can extend this level, like this, then you can say maybe a little bit here, which is fine. See this? So this is a nice so this is a retest of this level, and you can say of this point of rejection, right? That this gives you the platform. So basically S3 is your platform for higher high. AXS, it broke this low, but not much. It's still above this, which is fine. And in that case, it's when these are very close by, you have to draw a zone because there is no single line. You can say like this zone, like this support zone, and it was able to retain this particular key level range, I would say. Yeah, and this was the high low, so you can draw this like this to be more precise. So this is pretty good, very positive. There was consolidation here and now consolidating here, and you can expect some time being spent here, and then it should be able to rise from here on. Very positive. So AXS is one of the strongest coins. Block, we can say it has bottom potentially. It has bottom, but not absolute bottom. Bottoms are realized only retrospectively. We can say potential bottom, and we can say that for two reasons. One is because BTC is rising. Okay, if BTC is not rising, there is no way we can say this is a potential bottom. We can simply say in that case, okay, it has stopped falling, and we might see a bounce. But at this moment, we cannot, without knowing BTC. I think in this case we could have said, okay, it has stopped falling, so we can expect bounce, right? So anyway, not bad if you look at it. It's trying to recover. Maybe next week we'll see. So at this moment, block is okay, surviving more, nothing major. BTC is bouncing as we speak, so it will be very interesting. Perfect timing for us to look into that. Here BNB reacted near S1 as expected. This is an ascending triangle from a technical TA point of view, so there is still some gap left in my opinion. So it is possible when you have this kind of formation, there may be 2-3 months of time being spent filling this gap. Okay, that's something we'll check this every week, so we'll come to know, but usually that's what happens. So April, May, and then we should see a major breakout on the upside. Whenever whenever it happens, it will be big, pretty big. Okay, but yeah, it looks like it has to fill this gap. So maybe if I want to depict, maybe I don't want to draw a path, but simple line like this. I see by April end it would reach somewhere here, like here, zigzag manner, right? And then we should have a breakout. So far so good. I hope my streaming is stable now.
Yeah, it's all good now.
Good now, right? Okay. BSV, as I said, always is something to be watched. I'm watching closely. Craig Wright is back on Twitter. I'm following him. I'm following his development, technical, and he has legitimate patents. If and what Nchain has patents, you can look into official site. Those patents are available, and the matter is, to me, I'm not taking lightly, but at the same time, I don't trust anyone blindly. I have my technical background. I read the patterns, I read the contents. I don't go by presentation, I don't go by social media, I don't go by my what CZ is saying, Sailor saying, or Al Salvador is doing. And the same time, I don't just go by someone, Calvin Ayre, or someone who says this is Satoshi and all. I don't believe in anyone. I just believe in my own understanding, whatever little. And another thing I do is I never take very hard stand. I have always a window open. A window is required no matter what, because the window is not window is to keep the possibility open. So you always believe in something, but you keep a window open just in case if you're wrong. You don't want to bogged up with some very firm belief, any subject you take, in my opinion. So on BTC BSV, I study both, and I'm keeping my ears open, eyes open, mind open, and whosoever will be with the winner. That's my ultimate goal, because here we are for money making. At least I am for money making. Okay, I am not someone who believe that because some billionaires are backing this coin, that means I should be backing. If somebody has bought this, I'm not going to buy because somebody is buying, because that person is not going to tell me when he's going to sell. Okay, nobody is going to tell you or tell me that I am selling now, you can sell also. They are going to publish that. Whether Elon sold his stocks, or so many executives sold their stocks on all-time high. Okay, if you read the news on the mainstream, they sold on all-time high, but then the market corrected. But the point is, it's not that they're going to tell you that I'm going to do this. They'll definitely declare, because it is required to declare for them. But for crypto, probably it's not even required to declare, because there's no regulation. Anyway, so the point is, I would never follow someone because that person is celebrity or big. I think everybody should do their own research. Yeah, they can follow and listen, but I don't think they should blindly believe in anything. So BSV is something I'm researching and keeping an eye, but I think that's important. BTC is interesting. There's some volatility. Let's look at it on lower time frame, because it went up over 1% and shot down. Right? So I think interesting. Let's add volume and see. We can spend a couple of minutes. This behavior indicates so this particular support is giving tough time, huh? It's acting as resistance. So this is a range bound movement on a lower time frame. If you look at it now, range has extended. Earlier it was like this, then the range was like widened on the downside. Now it's a little higher on the still. So now it's the range has increased. So this is nothing wrong, but yeah. So the point is, there are sellers, there are shorts traders are shorting here. I think, yeah, that definitely they don't want. Anyways, interesting. Yeah, so it looks like there was an attempt, and it is shot down by the bears, so-called bears. No worries. This is 1 hour. We don't care what happens in 1 hour. Okay, so this is weekly. We made a bottom call near 33k. It worked out pretty well so far. Last week, nice green candle. This week, even stronger green candle. What else we want? Come on, we don't. This is more than enough. Who cares about what it is doing in 1 hour, 2 hour intraday? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And if it matters to someone, he or she is inviting unnecessary impulses. I mean, somebody can afford afford those impulses, then fine. But to me, why to? I mean, why to bring in something unwanted like those? So anything that you see intraday is just noise. Yeah, intraday is important when it is near the critical support, then it matters. So intraday is important, lower time frame is important. But when when you are at a critical support level, so for an example, what is critical support level? This was a critical support level. This was also important level, which I added key level when it was. These are important levels which I always add. And now we are far away from that, so who cares? I don't even care. So that's why I don't think anyone should even think about major crash at this moment. Okay, when the time comes, I'll highlight it for sure. So otherwise, it's your choice. If someone has to be very, I mean, don't be sensitive. That's what I'm saying. Otherwise, this is 24/7 market, right? I mean, there is no choice for you. You will learn. If anyone is new, will learn over time that you don't have a choice, because each and every time there is going to up and down. The only way is to look at like high level, like weekly, and look at my updates. If there is no sign of any major risk, if you think I'm making sense, then you don't have to worry. There is no need to worry. And another thing is, to me, in fact, it's the other way around. This is the opportunity to build position brick by brick. When I say brick by brick, it's an incremental approach that I'm promoting on Opportunity Channel. I believe in slow, progressive building blocks. And swing trading. Swing trading, it's not that you miss something on 33k. Let me tell you, if it has to go higher, it doesn't matter whether you enter at 33k or 434k. It's not an achievement. I personally entered at a rock bottom here, let's say, and in 2020 also I entered at rock bottom the day it was at 3999 on Coinbase. But it's not an achievement. This is not what I mean. It's a conviction. It's a confidence that, okay, I'm entering because I believe that it is probably going up. That it's not an achievement, okay, but it's just a confidence. But it's so, if anyone was not able to enter at that level, it doesn't mean he or she has missed the bus, or they are buying at a expensive level. There's nothing called expensive in my opinion. There's nothing called cheap or expensive. It is always about potential. From point A to point B, okay, if what matters is distance, it what it matters is this is not like an age of human or any living being where there is a finite life, where we know the life of each and every living creature. So it's not like that if the young age is past, it's too late. We can say that for our own life, that certain things are to have to be done at certain age, otherwise it's difficult. For example, if you're learning new language, there is a age that you can learn at a faster speed. After that, it's really challenging, but that's a barrier, known limitation. So certain things is time centric, where certain thing has to be done on that time, on that level. Not in trading. What matters is potential gain from point A to point B. B is fluid, but the point is, if B is high enough, then you don't have to worry. So if for an example, if longer term B level is more than 100k, at least 100k, but let's say more than, I don't believe in 100k, but it is likely to be more than 100k. So I don't care whether I would enter at 34k or 41k. In a long run, it won't make any difference. So anyone who thinks that miss the bus, please don't. It's not like that. Okay, there's a long way to go, so you're not missing. However, if someone thinks that way and try to buy aggressive, thinking that I'm in FOMO, probably that person might come under pressure, because what happens is, after certain bounds, there could be some kind of retracement, some kind of correction. Okay, if a coin has gone up, even Bitcoin like coin, which is a slow moving coin, right, probably the slowest moving coin, has gone up by 25%. Okay, now if this coin goes down by 5%, it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal for those who did not, who bought at this level aggressively, thinking that I'm missing out and it is going up. I didn't buy at 33 34k level and I'm missing out. And if that person tries to buy heavily at this level, then that person might see some kind of correction and get into panic situation. Because if a coin like BTC has gone up by 25%, and if it corrects by 5%, to me it is allowed, it is nothing, it is not to be worried. Even if it comes down to S7, it is not to be worried. Point is, of course there are levels we'll track, but the point is 5-7% correction for BTC, for an example, is not going to change anything. And a 5% of correction for BTC, that means the correction for alternative coins, the other coins, could be 5 to 10% or 15%. So what will happen to that person? Person will feel that, oh, I missed earlier, now I bought, now market corrected, and he will blame himself, saying, oh, market corrects when I entered. No, that person is not understanding the game of crypto, how the life cycle works. I think the understanding of life cycle is the key here. Firstly, you're not missing out thing. Secondly, you don't have to FOMO, right? Because of the, and you can build brick by brick, okay, and go slow. And I always say, slower you go in a longer run, better you do, faster you grow. That's true. When you spend a couple of years in the crypto, you will agree with what I'm saying. And if you're not in crypto for long, you will see that in future. Anyone who tries to be aggressive, unless you are very skillful in intraday trading or short-term trading, and one has to be very honest about it, right? If you are very expert and your winning rate is high, you ignore what I said. But if not, and most of the people are in that category where they are not intraday trader, they can time and they can money. There are some traders on our opportunity channel who are good and they post their wins, but point is, never copy anyone like that, okay? Because his or her skill would be different. And in my and never copy. Yeah, you can talk to them, you can, I encourage that you talk to them, you learn from them that how you are able to do it. But not just they are able to book profit in a short term with a leverage and all, you do the same. Point is, trying to do something which is not your nature will bite you back. Okay, so first we all need to understand what is my skill level. If the skill level is not there, don't even try. So for those, and that will come slowly and you will learn. So you talk to them, learn from them, okay, not just from what I'm saying, from all those who are posting profit. Talk to them, learn from them, what are they doing differently, and then you try. So I don't mind you copy someone, but after talking to them, Yeah, not just say, not just blindly. And in my opinion, I think, and everybody is kind enough to share their style, I'm sure. And if they don't share, come to me. I'll share my style, or I'll ask them to share. It's nothing to hide, and I'm sure, but I'm just kidding. But so you talk to them and learn from them, okay? And but what I'm teaching more is like, or sharing more, is for general public, where swing trading is safer and peace of mind. So you build brick by brick, and then you will enjoy each resistance you is broken above. You take you take that as opportunity, and then add up more. If you do that, then after few weeks or so, or maybe after 2-3 months, and you will start realizing the benefit of it, okay? If you try to earn a lot in a very short term and try to be very aggressive, probably you may not be able to manage, or in fact you might end up in more loss than what you think, okay? So this is something you can try with a small amount, because sometimes experience matter. So I think, in my opinion, everybody should try everything, but with a tiny amount. So if you think that, how does it look like 20x leverage? I'm not recommending, but let's say you can try, but with a something like $10 or whatever X number of dollar, which doesn't hurt you, $20, $30, depends on your situation. Amount that you don't even regret. Try, and then you will see how many times you win, because ultimately it's not about what you want, ultimately it's about how many times you win. And if you don't win, that will tell you that you had to work on something else, or change a habit. Very simple. But the problem is, people put their valuable amount of money into something they're not prepared with. So that's why they get hurt and they lose money. And my attempt is to save them, not just sharing the levels, but to save them, because it doesn't make sense to lose so easily when the market is not that bad. Okay, when it was going down, when I mentioned correction, that's the time you have to be conservative, or maybe reducing risk. This is not time to be worried, but at the same time the incremental approach is applied. Okay, with that note, I think BTC just reacted, and on intraday there's active movement, which is actually good. It's not waiting for stock market, because what I was when I woke up, I thought it's not doing anything. Maybe it's waiting for stock market. When I see that, means it's doing something. That's a positive thing, right? It's lost some value here, but I like that it's acting without. Look at this volatility on 1 hour. Okay, so it happens on 1 hour. It's always scary, but then situation changes. So 1 hour is not for everyone, or anything intraday is not for everyone. Zoom out, zoom out like this. 12 hours probably is fine, ideally 1 day or higher. And another concept is, you have to wait for the day to close, okay, and then you decide what it is really doing. It will also cultivate the patience in you, that okay, it is rejected, let's say, or pushed back, but is it going to be the same by end of the day? Because when the day ends, it matters, because many bots and automated solution has time cycles, and they act based on days. And especially if it is weekend, it matters even more, because then you get fresh data, the futures open, stock market open, so the always new data comes in, right? So that's why Sunday end of day is even more important. So weekly close is even more important. Okay, so this is Sunday, last day of the week. And if you look at the week, this is strong. How much value it has lost, if let's say, let's hide everything. So when you look at, why should you worry? There's no reason to be worried. Okay, here you can be skeptical for all reasons, because here also it went up, and then This is second green and a stronger than earlier, and we have few hours. Okay, it might lose a little, but yeah, if it erases everything, then it's a different story. But it's here, it's not even below this one, right? So why should, there's no reason. So chill, that's my message. Chill. No need to bring in unwanted anxiety. There's no need. Okay. Right. So weekly will calm you down. That's why it matters. Okay, next one. Okay, let's look at the monthly also. Monthly, we should look at Bitstamp, I think. Is Coinbase. Yeah, we should look at this one. So this is the pattern that I added last time, a couple of weeks ago. That this pattern is comparable to this one. This is a miniature pattern. This is a, in that case, I said this is the support line. It bounced and now it's going up. So the monthly is looking strong, right? So if it breaks below 35k, then, or 34,500, then it's a different matter. But it's not happening now, so I don't care. The monthly is strong at this moment, getting strong, right? And maybe next month will be even, then we'll have more idea. See, monthly trend takes time, both sides. When it starts going down, it takes time. So that's why it's important. One day, 1 week you see, right? And that's why you have spectrum at a 1 day, 1 week and 1 month in some coins, especially for Bitcoin. It's there, and weekly is there for each and every coin we have. So it's very good to see, okay, one day it look this, but how about weekly? So those who are for longer term would have that information. And so the monthly, when you look at monthly takes time, but it's still good, right? Anyway, this is a miniature pattern, mini pattern of this one. And if basically this is likely to go up unless it breaks below 34k or 34,500. So the next major resistance is 128k approximately, and then we'll always have higher number. 100k is not the resistance. Okay, this is CELR. Yeah, it's a little bit of pushback from this red line. Makes sense. See, previous supports are going to hurt. I mean, going to be act like resistance, which is normal. Crow here, nice move, right? Nice second week. Doge last week was not so good. This week is much better. Still not strong, maybe, but this is a crazy coin, right? If it starts moving up, who knows? It can recover ground very quickly. So I think because it has that tendency to move fast whenever it moves. So last week nothing, this week not much, but as long as it's maintaining this low, we're good. What we don't want is new low. That we have this path and we said we'll keep this, so it's moving along the path, which is good, right? So different coins, different shapes. As I said, the consolidation, what you see here is the consolidation. Only difference is the shape is different, right? If it is in the ascending direction, that means it's stronger than other. Yeah, it's following it. EGLE, it's ascending channel. What you saw for algo was descending, for Aave was a descending channel. Okay, what you see here for EGLD is ascending channel. So this is stronger coin. And this ETH is also looking strong. Second week is stronger than the last week, like first week, previous week. File is also picking up. The file is interesting. I'm it's the file is good from its use case point of view, and it is beta so badly. I really felt bad about Filecoin. There's no personal thing about Filecoin, and disclaimer wise, I'm not holding Filecoin, but I at this moment, but I may get in, but that's not the point. Point is, the Filecoin has beaten us so badly that I feel that it was too much actually. So I'm looking forward to see great levels this year for Filecoin, I believe. So some of the coins, I believe they could do really well because they didn't participate much in last 12 months, and they could really do well this year. Look at this. Its flux is on its way, following this trajectory. Looking good, right? Especially today, it moved up by 12%. It was more, but still good. Yeah, and following this, a nice consolidation. Very strong coin. This is a strong coin. FTM is silent. Okay, for last 2 weeks nothing, but it's following totally different patterns. This is truly an independent coin in my opinion. At this moment, it doesn't I don't even compare this to BTC in terms of price action. Of course, if the BTC goes down, then this also goes down, but then BTC is not going down. This covers the ground and make new all-time high. So this is what it has been doing. And for last 2 weeks, it is not participating. So other coins are recovering, and this is doing something strange. This is the third week, right? In fact, and for last 3 weeks, there's nothing. Especially last 2 weeks, there's nothing. Where so many coins, almost all the coins, are going up. So it's strange that you might think that money is going from this coin and that coin. Yeah, you can think that, but in reality you cannot trade based on that, and you cannot have that understanding forever. Okay, because today or tomorrow, if FTM pumps, you will say, oh, the money is back. So point is, though you are not going to guess who will buy what and when. It's not going to happen. Okay, you will come to know later. You will come to know this later, and that's not for trading. That's for probably, okay, this was. So I think sometime you analyze something that, okay, some coins are going up and this is not going up. Maybe the money is moving out of FTM and going. Yeah, you can say that retrospectively, but you cannot. This is like always. You will know after that happens, after a few days, and that is useless as far as trading is concerned. So some of the analysis you would be doing, or some of you would be doing, would be good, but it's not so useful for trading point of view, because the way you were not aware that nobody was aware that FTM was doing so much, but for last 2 weeks did nothing, right? So same way, you will never know that when FTM will start pumping. So anyone who thinks that the money is going from BTC, now it is going to ALTS, now it is that theory is fine, but that is always after you talk about it. It's like you watch a game and then you analyze, hey, he should have used this, if you are watching a game of soccer or tennis or cricket or any game, we analyze, right? We dissect. That's our nature, that she should have done this, he should not have done that, they should have thrown this way, and these are like retrospective comment we do. But the point is, when the game is on, you cannot figure out that one. It's always a talk. So talk is fine, that's not analysis in my opinion. I mean, it doesn't change the game. So trading, what happens real time matters a lot, because otherwise it's just a talk. This coin is new coin. I find that the price, I like the price action on a week, and this is a new coin. So but I like the way it has been moving. I like the way it hit the first target, and then I added second one because this was not far, and second is this was moving fast, so I added it. If you look at the price action, nice upside move, consolidation, amazing upside move, and a very very nasty, really severe drawdown. However, what I like that it stopped here, and then it kind of retested this level, and then build nice consolidation zone here. Okay, like this, and then it started moving up. So that's why I added. I haven't studied this coin at all as far as fundamental. It's purely based on the technical analysis. I like this, so I added it. And yeah, so far it has done well in as far as recovery. I'm expecting it to reach to its all-time high in matter of few days. It may not take a few months. It's very hard to assess exact timeline, but the point is this coin looks very strong. It has momentum, and I like it, and very clean. If it is going down, it is going down with conviction. What I like is, see, as everybody's think differently. What I like, one of the aspects I like is, if you're going down, go down in a clean way. Okay, no, not too much of noise. If you look at Y5, you will come to know it's totally chaotic. So there's no fun. This coin, when it went up, look at the movement. When it went down, the clean upside move, clean downside move, very much simple, very intuitive consolidation. And look at this bounce, clean. I mean, very much, I mean, this is delighted. I mean, this is TS delight kind of a thing. Beautiful. This consolidation was beautiful. So point is, technically speaking, this is a pretty good looking chart. It's like when you look at some picture, you like, hey, this is a beautiful scene. So to me, this is a beautiful scene. GRT. Okay, GRT, let's go back to weekly. GRT made new low, right? Weekly low last week. This week it's climbing up. I didn't bother to add S3. I could, but there's no. But now you can assume the lowest, because so many coins, if they're going down each and every day, there's no meaning after some time, because then it doesn't make sense, especially when we're tracking on a daily. Right, so point is, this is also moving down for 1 year. So this is another coin which I think could do well in year 2022, because the use case is good, and it didn't participate at all last 12 months. So I would say this could do well. Of course, with time will tell, but this could do well. I'm talking about longer term time horizon, because it has consolidated enough, in my opinion. Okay, HNT is one of the good ones in terms of retention of value. It made new all-time high recently. Drawdown was there, but not much. So the clear upside move, like a clean chart, very promising in terms of price action, profitable. And I think it has also hit different resistance accurately. So this is a good one. So now it reacted at R5, you could see. Makes sense. So you can expect it to continue going up. Okay, good. ICP is another coin which I think is for 2022. potentially, because there's no guarantee, but of course, but I think this is a good use case. Okay, and use case is good, and we don't know the supply thing is only the thing. I because I think this coin is not just about ICP, but what I don't like about proof of stake coins, they print a lot of coins and then they disperse to all the early investors and all those things, that private round and all that happened. They would have stay. I mean, they would have, or what do you call, basically minimum hold time, and then they could release and so on. So those things affect sometime. I mean, because if there's too much of supply, they sell in bulk and all, then it can bring down, in my opinion, sometimes. So it is different than other coins which have predictability comparatively, right? Where people could sell anytime, but this is like they could sell in mass. That's the difference, because especially if the coin is really going down and they think I'm going to lose even more if I don't sell, and that basically trigger more, and then it's a chain reaction, right? So ICP or anyone new one, so their calendar also matters in that case. So I personally feel that these coins, any coin, like they have their calendar, right? So maybe you can follow that one as well. But chart captures, I mean, what I said is one of the important factors for some of the coins, proof of stake coins. But chart always capture, nothing escape from chart. So chart is telling me that it was a boring descending consolidation, but probably this is a bottom, and ICP could really do well in this year. The bounce was, this was also rejection was from, and also this is a clean chart and much more predictable, and that's what I like about it. It hasn't surprised me. KCS is one of the stars, right? Strong. And look at this one, very strong. New all-time high. Drawdown was there, but not much. Strong second week after this quick bounce from S2. Look at that, making higher lows. Stunning. KDA, these are old levels, I think. I can remove old interim levels we had. Okay. Yeah, this is also old one. So R5. So maybe this is R2. I don't remember. This is R4, R3, and R2. So yeah, so now it's trying to break above the S2 and R3. So this is a big resistance zone. Yeah, since the process of recovery. KSM is bouncing off the S2. That's good to see. Link, as I said, the channel is over, new pattern is emerging. Okay, so this channel is ended. The life cycle of this channel is ended. Now we are talking about new pattern, where this is your base. Maybe I can remove S2 now. I should remove now this as well. This game is over. It's irrelevant. Now you have to think differently. Pattern point of view. This is a new beginning. Okay, new phase, so to speak. This is how it is shaped. Oops. draw down. I'll simplify this. Very simple. LTC. Yeah, what should I say? LTC could do well, but I don't want to unless I see. It's a strange thing happening with LTC in terms of price action. It has value, but the value is not in is translated in price. This is strange. Sometime the the it's other way around. Some coins have no value or no proven value, but the price is so much. And this coin has proven value when you talk about its longevity, security, usability, and it has almost like very cheap compared to so many coins, or so probably one of the cheapest coin if you compare price with the value, where so many coins, proof of stake coins, are extremely expensive in terms of its usability. That's it's my perspective. So this is very interesting. A Litecoin is very interesting coin from that point of view, that it has good value but very bad price. Unfortunate. This is like, that's why I call undervalue coin. Undervalue coin. So it doesn't mean that because it's undervalue coin it will go up. Probably there are reasons, and those reasons could be many reasons. One of the reasons I could think logically, that probably it doesn't have any unique feature other than Bitcoin. I think that's the biggest reason, and probably the most important reason why Litecoin is not appreciated. Because okay, it's use case wise, it's for payment. Bitcoin is also used for payment. Security is high for Litecoin, but Bitcoin has higher security. Then you can say Litecoin is faster. Yeah, so that's an advantage. But the thing is, still it's faster, but it's not fast enough for Visa like transaction, and it requires Lightning network for that kind of scalability. If Lightning is successful in future, big if, but let's say if it works out. So in that case, the Bitcoin is there. So the question is, security point of view, longevity point of view, scalability point of view, even privacy point of view. Now Mimblewimble is coming up, but then Bitcoin is also going for Mimblewimble. Now Litecoin has also implemented Tarput to reduce its blockchain size and other like signature related changes under Tarput. So each SegWit, you name everything. There is no unique thing that Litecoin is doing. Now Litecoin is adding contracts, but then Blockstreamer is also working on contracts on Liquid network backed up by Bitcoin. So what I'm saying is, this is the only reason I could think why Litecoin is not picking up, because it has nothing that Bitcoin won't do, if not doing now, but is not doing or won't be able to do. That's why it's under shadow of Bitcoin, and that's the only reason I could think why Litecoin value is high compared to many other coin, but the price is so low. And that's why I'm saying that because it's undervalued doesn't mean it will go up. In my opinion, it has to do something major and different than Bitcoin. I think it has to decouple from Bitcoin in terms of the direction. I think Charlie Lee is too much kind of married to Bitcoin group. He has to separate his path. The way he separated the path from Bitcoin from the beginning by having smaller confirmation, like Bitcoin confirms or creates block every 10 minutes. Litecoin does it every 4 to 5 minutes, so it's faster. Block size of Litecoin is more than Bitcoin, so he did the right thing to scale initially, but then everything he did was in line with Bitcoin. He should have done something different, in my opinion, but probably he didn't dare. He wanted to make, and he demeaned the Litecoin by saying it's a silver and Bitcoin is gold. Who cares about silver? I don't think, if you have gold in front of you. It's not even right analogy in my point of view. Ultimately, the use case is payment, let's say, or store of value. These are the two use cases. So if the if the Bitcoin is Lightning compliant, it is going to be fast and scalable. So your payment use case is useless. If it is about store of value, you're not going to compare with Bitcoin. So you're gone there. So Litecoin has no use case, in good use cases, but no unique use case. So that's why it has no fate, and that's the reason. It has probably, like, Charlie Lee is a talented guy. I follow him for years, and very much I admire his work and all knowledge and all. But I think he, in my point of view, he didn't branch out. He should have branched out from Bitcoin stream. He worked along with that in the same direction, and that's why under shadow and people are not recognizing. In fact, people say that Litecoin is more like testnet for Bitcoin, and so it's demeaning. I think it's insulting to me. If I'm a creator or founder of Litecoin, I would not be I would not like to be tagged, say this is like this. So because you would like to have unique identity, you don't want to live in someone's shadow or identity. So that's where I think they missed the opportunity, in my opinion. So they are doing all right thing, but they are not doing anything substantially different than Bitcoin. So once they do, probably, then I would be very much interested. I'm still interested, but I'm waiting for that moment. That's my take on Litecoin. Fundamental. Luna, Luna is awesome, right? I mean, what else should we say? This week is charging up, bouncing off the S1. Not much of correction as far as overall gain is concerned. It's outstanding. It's like, I'm speechless the way it moved. Shockingly, positively, shockingly, surprisingly good. NA is on run. It is really, really, really back in the game. Look at the movement. Like, second week is even stronger than the first week. In fact, it started bouncing off 3 weeks ago, and now look at this one. Very strong coin. I think you can focus on this one too, because this is a clean move, awesome consolidation, amazing breakout, in a very positive consolidation, and now charging up. I see a good prospect here. Matic is also one of the stars. Look at this coin, man. Wow, awesome. Some of the coins you don't have to talk about it. Kind of, they're good. So it's here. Didn't lose much. Didn't lose. It's looking strong. One is also one of the strong ones. Bouncing off R13. Right, so you can expect it to move in next few weeks in this direction. Strong. Especially today, it's up by 7%. So nice looking. Opal, weak coin at this moment, but good to see it's holding the support. That's good to see. And this also had a very, very fast move, and this coin could have a V-shaped recovery, in my opinion, like this, potentially. And that's something we'll have to see. provided it maintains this level, of course. I should use some different color, stronger one. Oops. But I think the key thing is it has to maintain this support. So it is not, it hasn't started moving up, but maybe it will. We'll have to wait for it. RNDR, RNDR last week was stronger than this week. It reacted near S2, but this coin moves up very quickly. Like it can move up, like move by 20-30%. If you look at on a weekly gain, if you measure these candles, let's measure this candle. This is 118% move, okay, and then this was week 2 was 141%, right? And then the third week was 120. So over 100% in a week. Even this one was 108. So I'm not saying that each week will be 108. What I'm saying is it has this characteristic. It's a new coin, so we cannot say it does like this, but I think there's some data that is indicating that when it moves like anything, very strong, and so it can really cover the ground very quickly. 100+ percentage in a week is a big number from any measure. Consistency wise also pretty good. So I think this is also doing good. Also use case is solid. They are into distributed GPU, and I like it because then it cut across applications. To me, any project which cut across multiple application in the ecosystem has more potential, simply because you are not like a gaming coin where the game is people are bored with that coin, your coin is gone. There is a difference between utility coin and a platform coin, right? So I think from a long-term point of view, from a fundamental point of view, I would prefer, do you have a unique use case? Of course, distributed GPU infrastructure is a unique use case. So and then it is required for all metaverse coin if they do well and so on. That's why GRT, search engine, Filecoin for file storage. There are many other file storage, but there is always a newcomer and all that. But the point is, some of the use cases would cut across ICP, would also cut across multiple. Chainlink can cut across multiple. So there are projects which cut across multiple. They are not in direct competition with other. Of course, there would be other coin like Chainlink has a competition with Band and all. But so there are always some coins within the same domain or business domain or use cases wise. But primarily they would cut across multiple applications or coins, right? So I think that's an added advantage compared to someone who is just a utility coin. Those are not necessarily a long-term player. So example, if there is a wallet provider or a payment solution, it's a one use case isolated. You don't need any other coin. It's not an independent, it's an independent project, not part of any, like connected with ecosystem. If there are tons of payment solution, why someone would prefer you? I mean, maybe you come up with something new, but someone else might come up with something better, then you're gone, in payment. Similarly, wallet. If you have wallet, fine, but there can be a better wallet and so on till you're gone. So point is, if the use case is, if different projects require your project or solution, then I think that it has an edge. That's my point. So anyone who is looking for longer term, maybe look from this point of view. Sandcoin looking good. It's about to break above the descending line. on a weekly basis. I think it's getting close. Not yet. Yeah, strong, looking strong. SKL is a second week better. It's trying to break above S2 at this moment. This week is better than last week. SOL this week is much better. Last week was horrible compared to some of the coins, and I was wondering why this is not picking up. But now this week it moved up significantly high, and probably if this is the trigger point, it moved up by 32%. Still it's up by 26% this week from its low. It's pretty good number, and it could continue like this and speed up. So this level could be like this level, and we would like to see this kind of a move, and that is something 400 plus 500. That would be awesome. Uni, not much. So there's nothing much, no strength at this moment. We'll see if it can repeat itself like this. This was amazing. We haven't seen that. So wait and watch. VET, this is a much better week than last week. I see some movement here. It has to do a little better than this. We are a strong coin. No new low, new high. Pretty good. Right, so this week is pretty good. Trying to break above S2. Looking strong. Okay, so that with this note, we've gone through all the coins in pretty in detail, and to me, as I said, the summary is none of the coin is at risk except I think one coin we saw. Maybe I don't remember which has no green candle. Maybe it was a block or some coin. I forgot. No, not block, but flock. Anyway, there's so many coins I don't remember. There was a coin. So only one coin which has no green candle on sitting on the support. Otherwise, all the coins are okay. They're doing well, and the speed may vary. Like you saw Solana last week, red candle. This week, green candle. You see, but they could change. Okay, the speed they can pump in next week. It will change, and but the thing is, so don't go by percentage alone. Just see if it is making progress, and by it's not an advice, but best practice. When you see this, the worst was 33K when BTC was at this is not the worst. Okay, as I said earlier in the session. So here you can be skeptical about it, but there's no reason to be concerned. There's no reason to be concerned, and there's no reason to be aggressive, and there's enough time for everyone to add or incrementally build your position. In my opinion, there's no need to hurry, and there's no need to panic, and basically just chill. Okay, and chill and slowly build your position. That's it. That's my message. And enjoy, right? This should not spoil your mood. This should not spoil your day. Okay, so don't try to do aggressive thing, because that will add pressure and put you under a lot of stress. So the trading should be comforting. If it is bringing stress, then this business is not good. Okay, so try to bring balance if you are facing this challenge. And main reason is when you're aggressive, then it only happens. So just be relaxed and slowly add. Okay, so not financial advice, but my sharing my experience, that just take it lightly. Okay, and there's no immediate threat. That's why. Okay, so all the best to everyone, and think from a longer term point of view. Build your position brick by brick, as I said, and I'm here to highlight any risk, so that is not a problem. Right, so enjoy your trading, and hope BTC will make another 9 to 10% move up to 44 45K, and that will be the fun. the fun will start. I mean, it already started, so, but that will be real fun, about 45K. With that note, I end this session, like recording, not the session. Thank you, everyone.